Hi, my name is Trevor Gribble, and this will be my certification video to teach the Budokon Yoga Primary Series. I did my teacher training with Cameron Shane a few months back in Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm here today in the beautiful Pause Yoga studio in Wellington, New Zealand. The owner, Kathy, was so gracious to let me film in this lovely space. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. Budokon Yoga Primary Series, Section 1, The Awakening. Beginning in a seated posture, tuning into the breath and bringing into the meditative mind. We begin with Seiza, right hand, left hand. Osu. Namaste. Hands to the floor, slowly stepping backwards 1 foot at a time to plank. Rolling the chin to the chest, cobra hood up and back to our downward facing dog. Our rolling wave, lift the heel, draw the chin to the chest. Pelvis moves forward, roots low, shoulder blades retract, lifting the heart to upward dog. Return, chin down, shoulder blade protract, chin to chest, downward facing dog. From down dog, lift the heels, look forward, floating frog to prayer squat. From prayer squat, fingertips to the floor, finger stand, heel toe the feet together to our forward fold. Rolling the wave up, gaze ahead, half lift, flat back, lower to a deep forward fold. And then unroll all the way up. Mountain pose, arms continue, extended mountain pose. Swan diving forward to our forward fold. For forward fold. Bend the knees, engage, float. Chaturanga to the belly. Preparing our cobra roll. Anterior pelvic tilt, posterior. Rolling through the spine to up dog. Chin drops, cobra hood, up and back. Downward facing dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Budokon Section 2, the divided mind. From our downward facing dog, bring our feet together. Right leg lifts up and back to a 3-legged dog, Debbie pointing the toes. Draw the heel to the sit bones, rolling wave forward to a low lunge. Drawing fists, rise to a revolved archer. Revolved archer, letting the arrow go to Warrior 2. Warrior 2 to our drop stance, double block. Picking up the sword, re-extending to our extended reaching Warrior 2. Planting the sword to side angle, windmilling to our low lunge. Retracting heel to sitting bones, up and back to a 3-legged dog. Toes to the floor. We'll repeat on the left side. Section 2B. Right leg lifts, Demi pointing the toes. Rolling wave to low lunge. Low lunge to revolved archer. Revolved archer to Warrior 2. Warrior 2 to our high drop stance, double block. Down to our low drop stance, hand behind, Warrior's Bridge. For Warrior's Bridge, back to our extended Warrior 2, to Flying Warrior. Flying Warrior, back to Warrior 2, to our high drop stance. Return to our extended reaching Warrior 2, side angle, windmill to low lunge, heel up and back, 3-legged dog, Demi point, Four-legged dog. We'll repeat second side. Section 2C. Right leg lifts up and back, demi-point. Drawing heel to sitting bones, knee to chest. Rolling wave, low lunge. Revolved archer to rise. Warrior 2, extending the sword. To our high drop stance, double block. Low drop stance. Warrior's bridge, windmilling the arm. Warrior's bridge, forward to reaching warrior 2, to floating warrior, flying warrior, to our falling warrior. Chaturanga, floor, cobra roll, up dog, cobra hood engages, downward dog. Left leg, section 3, pride. Beginning in downward dog, preparing to float to boat, lift the heels, look forward. Landing and extending arms and legs, slowly lowering simultaneously. Upon landing, arms back, legs up and back to plow. Plow, rolling forward. Through a low squat to our iron footstool, lifting our heels as high as possible, torso extended. Iron footstool to crane, hands down, knees to armpits, retracting the feet, finding balance. Crane, comfortably lowering toes and heels together to our tiptoe pose. Knees wide, finding the sword. Extending it up with the gaze. Knees together as we extend the sword forwards, heels down as we twist, elbow outside of knee, twisting chair. Looking down as we extend the arms, step the left leg back, revolve lunge, windmilling to warrior 2. And defending in high drop stance. Picking up the sword into our revolved flying warrior to kicking warrior. Extend the toes and warrior 3, demi-pointing the rear toes, extending the sword. Warrior 3 through falling warrior to chaturanga. Lowering, cobra roll, and engaging cobra hood to downward dog. Repeating on the second side. Section 4, unification. Bringing our feet together in downward dog. Lifting the right leg up and back to a three-legged dog, preparing for our internal dancing dog. Demi-pointing the toes, bend the knee, chambering the right knee towards the chest as we lift our left heel, and then spinning to our left, extending the left leg, and lifting into warrior's bridge. Dropping the hip, blocking the face, and rechambering the leg, slowly spinning the hand down, back to three-legged dog, demi-pointing the toe. From three-legged dog to our external dancing dog, bend the right knee again, opening the right hip, shifting weight forward over the shoulders, slowly dropping the right foot behind us as we reluctantly lift the right arm. Dropping to block the face. And then sweeping around to warrior's bridge. Back down, blocking face. And slowly extending back through a three-legged dog, up and over to our low lunge. Sweeping the left hand behind for Donato's dancing dog. Warrior's bridge. Coming back to our hips, blocking the face. And then sweeping both arms around to our low lunge. Dropping the rear knee to our split leg stretch. Hips are square, right toes pointed up. From split leg stretch, moving into our low lunge. On the way to lizard stretch, forearms to the ground, right knee hugging the right tricep. From our lizard stretch back to low lunge, stepping the rear foot forwards enough to bring the heel to the floor, keeping the front knee bent, rolling up, hands circle behind the back to reverse namaskar. Straightening the front leg, hips are square, fold forward to pyramid pose. Sternum stays extended, palms pressing. From pyramid pose, rolling back up to standing as we bend our right knee and circle the arms to our warrior one. From warrior one, lowering the hands, blocking the face as we twist to coiling dragon, high block. Coiling dragon back to warrior one. Extending the arms up. And again, through coiling dragon with control. This time dropping and bringing our left hand behind us to seated twist. From seated twist, uncurling, left arm picks up the sword as we float into our reverse flying warrior to falling warrior to chaturanga. Cobra roll, up dog, downward facing dog. Repeating on the left side, Budokon section 5 is balance, starting in downward facing dog and floating to boat. Lift the heels, look forward. Landing on the sitting bones, extending. Lowering torso and legs to the floor. Arms over the head to plow. From plow, cross the right ankle behind the left knee. Roll forward through warrior's base. Left arm extends, expanding the body to our half moon, demi-pointing the rear toes. Slowly bringing it back through warrior's base, rolling to our plow. Bending the left knee, same thing, roll forward, warrior's base, extend the right arm, and expand the body, stacking the hips to half moon, demi-point the rear toe, bringing it back through warrior's base, rolling to plow. Cross the right ankle behind the left knee. Warrior's base to standing splits. Demi-point the top leg. Perhaps grab the bottom ankle. Return. Warrior's base. Arms extend to plow. Left knee bends. Roll forward. Warrior's base. Standing splits. Demi-point the top toes. Return. Warrior's base, plow, right knee bends, preparing for handstand, split leg handstand, warrior's base, hands down, take flight, with control, lower back, warrior's base, plow, final side, cross the left ankle behind the right knee, roll forward, split leg handstand, demi-pointing the toes with control. Back through warrior's base. Final plow, rolling forward, wide arms, Budokon style crow, sinking in the pelvis low, extending the gaze forward, demi-pointing the toes, and lowering to prayer squat. Section 6, animals, beginning in prayer squat, returning to our natural animalistic state. Leaping leopard, gorilla walk, leaping leopard, gorilla walk, leaping leopard, gorilla walk, leaping leopard, gorilla walk, leaping leopard, chaturanga, croc, fighting gorilla, 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 leaping leopard. Spinning monkey, hands down, up. Chimpanzee. Spinning monkey. Chimpanzee. Leaping leopard. Spinning monkey. Chimpanzee. Spinning monkey. Chimpanzee, leaping leopard, and child's pose. Section 7, death and rebirth, beginning in child's pose. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your head. Gently 3 rounds of flowering lotus, undulating the spine as you grab your heels and extend your pelvis forward, retracting the shoulder blades and dropping the head to camel, and then tucking the chin, undulating back to child's pose. 2 more. Last one. Returning to child's pose after 3 flowering lotus. From child's pose, lifting hands to floor, pressing up, crossing the ankles to boat pose, extending arms and legs, and slowly lowering to the floor. Preparing for our back bend, either bridge or wheel. Heels underneath the knees, I'll go wheel, hands next to the ears, elbows up, and then lifting the hips and extending the chest and the pelvis to the ceiling. Wheel pose. From wheel, slowly lowering back down to our shoulders, to our spine, and giving the knees a quick hug. From our hug, extend the legs, reach the arms back, prepare for plow, legs up and over, tap the floor, cross the right ankle behind the left knee, rolling forward, leaning to the right side to pigeon. 3 spinal undulations, lowering down, waving back up, adjusting. 2, 3. Bringing the forearms in front and surrender. pigeon, walking our hands towards us, leaning and re-extending the leg. Both legs forward, lying back, extend the arms, rolling to plow. Bending left knee this time, shifting forward, extending right leg behind, adjusting the hips. 3 undulations, 1, rolling up, 2, and on 3, extending the arms into full pigeon. Hands back towards us, leaning left to swing the right leg forward. Both legs forward, rolling back to plow, arms extend, legs up and over. This time supporting our back and lifting our legs to shoulder stand, demi-pointing the toes. Working to get the hips over the shoulders and the heels over the hips. From shoulder stand to our deaf man's pose, we can bend our knees and try to cover our ears with the inner knees, feet to the floor. Deaf man's pose unwinds to happy baby pose, grabbing the feet, pulling the knees to the armpits. And from happy baby pose, we'll cross the right ankle in front of the left. Re-grab the feet for our concho's twist, bringing the left knee to the floor as we extend the right leg straight, working to square the shoulders. Slowly bringing the legs back, letting go of the feet, squaring the hips. And then re-extend the legs with the left ankle in front of the right. Reach up to grab the feet. Bringing the right knee towards the floor as we extend the left leg straight, squaring the shoulders. And then returning in, letting go of the feet. And resting in our final Shavasana. As we finish our Shavasana, we wrap up our practice with Seiza. So rolling to our sides. Our final sitting posture. Right hand, left hand. Osu. Namaste. Thank you very much.